Good morning, everyone. I literally just woke up. Yeah, so forgive all of this as well as this raspy voice, but we're gonna get into it. If it bothers you, the sound, because I know, like, and no offense, take it, because I know, like, voices are a thing for me. So if that's a thing for you, as well as this, I am not offended if you click off, trust me. But I had to just go ahead and start the camera, bro. Like, I've already got my selenite. I literally slept with one of my skulls beside me. Which, hindsight, I'm not sure if that was a good idea or a bad idea. I dreamt all night, let me tell you. And I dreamt ugly. I did. I dreamt ugly. So if you watched, like, kind of late last night or wee early morning videos, the weekend glimpses, then you kind of have an idea of what was going on outside of my door at the wee hours of the morning and late last night. And that's what I dreamt. Only I dreamt, okay, see, look. Where do I start? There are certain things that I have just honestly never understood. Even when I was at my worst self-destructive mode, right? There are still certain behaviors and things that I did not do, certain behaviors that I've just never possessed. And I've just truly do not understand them and it's not even just about understanding. It's like, maybe it's something I need to work on, because it truly, like, fucking gets under my skin. And the more I have grown, the further I have come, the more it gets under my skin. And like I said, I feel like that's maybe something I need to work on. Maybe I need to work on my compassion and my understanding, you know, a little bit better. I don't know, because I don't really have compassion and understanding towards mess. Okay, I understand getting in a mess. We all step in shit. Do you know what I mean? And I have been messy and done my fair share of mess in that regard. So, you know, I get it, you know, to some degree. But the further I have come, the more I have grown, the less tolerant, let's say, the less tolerant I have been of certain types of behavior. Now, if you remember, before I went out of town last weekend, and I have so much work to do, so I don't even know when I'm leaving. I got a message last night. I was like, oh God, is he gonna ask me to leave early? I don't know, because I'm like, I'm catching up, but I'm still behind, whatever. I don't know. We will see. I know for sure I'll be gone by either, you know, late tonight or early tomorrow morning. I talked about how, it might have even been the weekend before. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Time is like womp womp. I talked about how I do not understand people talking about people. Like, it doesn't just bother me the words, you understand? It's like, when it starts, it creates like this feeling in me. And I don't know if I want to hit you, if I want to stab you. That's not a metaphor, y'all. Like, a lot of people think I'm playing or just dramatic. No, dude, like, no, that's not. No. Go ask some of my exes. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Bitch is not scared of jail. Not scared of prison. It creates ugly inside of me. like ugly feelings, ugly thoughts, ugly rage that I'm starting to like. It is my own. It is my own because but I don't think it's all my own. What I think is happening is like to be in that constant energy of misery. Because let's fucking be honest. If you're constantly discussing people, laughing at their expense, like if you're constantly discussing other folks, I don't give a shit what you say, how much you have, how much money you have, how many partners you have, how you, my baby, are not fucking happy. Okay? That is a miserable person, lifestyle, energy, misery. And I know that may be some of what I start to feel and take on in that space of hearing that. I feel like just so when I went to sleep, and I was burning sage like a motherfucker towards the end of the night. I mean, just when I went to sleep, anything that I didn't actually hear, which I was trying hard, like it was freezing in this house, because if you turn my AC on, it kind of cancels out a lot of the noise outside. You kind of, so I blasted my shit so that it would not turn off, to kind of drown out some of the noise. And I live in a really small apartment, and apartments anyways are, it's an apartment. You share a very thin wall, a very thin floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear shit. And that's, that when you move into an apartment. However, people that are just straight up fucking rude and inconsiderate, and then when there's no one to sort of, first of all, it happens so much, it wouldn't do shit to complain anyways. It you know what I'm saying? And like, I don't like to complain. Like, I guess I just sort of like expect, which is bad. You should never expect things, but like people to be considerate. You know what I mean? Especially like at fucking midnight. You know what I'm saying? Like past 11 o'clock, I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like consideration in small spaces should be a thing. And it's not. And I shouldn't feel like that. I should not ever expect that anyone would, because I talk about that all the time, and then here I am falling victim, you know what I mean. But like, you can never expect people to do what you do or think how you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's almost like just pretentious in itself, and I can admit that. Okay? So last night I dreamt, like I said, anything that I didn't outright hear, I dreamt. So, I mean, and it's possible I did actually hear it, because that happens. You can hear things and see things and pick up on things that you're not, like, aware of at the time, right? It sort of enters your unconscious, and then, it comes out later. This is why it's so important to be careful of the music that you listen to, especially if you listen to music or have the TV on when you sleep. This speech that flows into your brain, and it does affect you. For those of you like, no, like, I mean, yeah, you can make a conscious effort to not let people bother you, like fuck them and feed them fish heads. I get it, absolutely. But when it's so much, so all the time, I don't know, it does affect you. It truly does. This is why you have to be careful of things that you allow in. So anyway, I dreamt. Anything that I didn't actually hear or was not like actually conscious of hearing at the time, I dreamt. And I was like in this whirlwind, and I could not escape. I could not escape these motherfuckers. These miserable motherfuckers. And then someone came to me. And he held me. And he said things. Now, this is all in a dream. But it is reality, too, if that makes any sense to you. That helped me to release and sort of like come up out of this. And I may be having to change my situation sooner than I had anticipated, because it's really getting to me. I just don't understand it, you know, and I've been here less and less. But you know, it's bringing out a rage in me that I don't like. And I love who I am. I truly do. And I love that I have the quality to fight if I need to, energetically or like literally, but I don't want to be like, dude, like the last fight I got into, I cried. They had me on camera at the fucking police station crying. I wasn't hurt. I wasn't crying because, I mean, I was hurt. I was hurting very, very deep that I hit someone, that I busted her face up like that. I mean, this girl, man, she had fractured bones, stitches, eye out of socket. Like, I fucking hate fighting. I hate being in rage. I hate being angry. I hate it. I fucking hate it. And I hate ill speech, and I don't hate miserable people, but I hate that energy. Do you know what I'm saying? And when it's just surrounding you, like this morning, like I don't want to offend anyone, you know, but I kind of want to go wash down the things that are right in my vicinity, you know, which is my window, my door, my walk space, you know what I'm saying? And I want to throw some powders. And then at the same time, it's like, but then at the same time, I did throw some sigils up on my door. I did throw a piece up on my door, which is doing exactly what I meant it to do. I guess I didn't really think it all the way through about it, like me hearing and seeing it while it goes down. You know? You know? Fuck it. I'm telling you all of this because life is funny, ain't it? Life is funny, ain't it? I'm telling you this because as I have grown, as I have started to become happier, especially since someone has entered back into my life and activated certain things, which made both of us stronger immediately, as it's supposed to do, as it has done many lifetimes and will do more later, and it will continue to grow. The more I have seen and noticed and been presented with misery around me, it does sadden me, but it also pisses me off. But that's life. That's the world. The more sensitive you are, the more empathetic you are, the higher up you go. the more in alignment you get, the more you have to move around. And that's that. That's that. Why? Why? Because of shit like this. Because of shit like this. You cannot continue to rise, staying in low vibrational environments and fields. Why? One of two things is going to happen. Either you will stop growing because you will be lowering yourself to that behavior or that energy or that speech or that whatever, or all of the above, okay? Or you will clash. John Cena, see me. And that's what's happening. That is what's happening. The energies and the belief system and the lifestyles are clashing. And this may not normally bother a lot of people because you do you, I do me. But when you're like directly in my field, like literally sitting at my window and standing at my door, I kind of can't, it's very, not only can I not like literally drown it out in sound, but the energetic field is like literally a rat-tat-tatting on my fucking door. So, you can only do so much cleansing and protecting and ignoring, you know what I'm saying? And this is why, you know, we cannot, that's why I tell people, and they're like, well, I just can't seem to get a leg up. No. Well, who's your roommate? Who are you living next to? What is your living arrangement? What is your environment? And it's true. It's true. We clash, you know. Look, when light shines, what happens? It's no longer dark, all right? When it's dark, what happens? The light goes out. You need both. You can't have one without the other. However, very hard for them to be in the same space at the same time. Right? One overpowers the other. Period. Now, when the light comes, it can flicker, you know what I mean? But you get my point, you get my picture. It's like it's a battle, right? It's a clash. And this is what happens. So, we may not even get to tarot today because just that alone, we're already at nearly 20 minutes, okay? But when I pulled my energy, because the things that he told me, and it's real. We connect on another level and have been for years. I pull him in to my sleep and vice versa when we need each other. Years. And he's got a real, like, this dude don't let a fucking thing bother him, man. I love that about him. I love that about him. To the point where things are bothering me that other people have said, he'll be like, we're not gonna talk about that. I don't want to hear about it. I don't like, just, you know. And I love that. I love that. So it put me at ease, but it also was like, man, this is like not okay. And there's a part, you know, I was even talking to someone last night waiting to turn on the camera again because it got so loud where I literally couldn't record. And I'm in my house at near midnight, minding my fucking business. You know what I'm saying? So I was just kind of like waiting it out because I don't want any conflict. I don't want, I mean, I'll wait, you know, and that's kind of where I was. But it's like, I don't know, it bothered me. It bothers me. It makes me sad. yes, it gives me rage, no doubt. I'm not, but it does make me sad for people. So this morning after all of that, I got up and I was like, and I'm super, super tired because of basically reliving and then diving into, because when I dream of things like that, it doesn't just put me in the conversation, it puts me in the space of the conversation. So like if you're talking about, you know, a dinner that you had 4 years ago in Paris, I don't just hear the conversation, I actually am sitting at the table at the dinner that you had 4 years ago in Paris. Okay, it's like that. It's like that. And I'm fucking exhausted. I am fucking exhausted. So when I got up and I wanted one card for my energy, 4 came out. 4 came out. All right. The tiger and the black egg. But they all came out together. The stingray and the swan. What does it mean? Well, y'all know I don't read the books. I'm going to tell you what it means to me. We've got fire, ether, and water. I love that this tiger has the moon on its third eye, okay? You know that I talk about the tiger and feline energy, you know, ever since, well, even way before Sekhmet ever came to me. And for those of you like that have had personal in-depth conversations with me about past lives and shape-shifting and the way that we came here, you know, the tiger and the panthers. But the cats specifically, the large cat, well, all cats. But the tiger is the walker between worlds. The tiger lives in both places, or all places. And a lot of us live in all places, but not all of us are aware. The tiger is very aware of living in several worlds at one time and being able to tiptoe in and out and walk between and back again, okay? It is a beautiful gift, but at times it can be very trying. It can weigh on you to be that sensitive, okay? It is what it is. And if I'm being very honest, this is why I don't like to, I kind of like go in my hole or go away. I don't try to do a lot of work. I definitely don't try to do a lot of cooking and stuff when I'm on or near my moon. But I currently kind of don't have a choice, okay? And it is that time, okay? And the reason that I don't like to do a lot when I'm on or near my moon and interact is because I am that much more sensitive, okay? That's what it is. Let's be real. Let's be real. But it is what it is. Now the black egg. I'm seeing truth. I'm actually hearing and seeing black obsidian. I am imagining these, it's like a mosaic of black obsidian. That's interesting to me that I would think black obsidian, because what is black obsidian? It's volcanic glass. Glass forged out of a natural fire that's just had enough. It's erupted, okay? The heat has become too much. However a volcano happens, like, but you know, it's like, okay? That's what it does. That's a fucking volcano, right? And I feel like that's what's happening to me. Like, that is what's happening to me. I'm about to fucking erupt. And people are erupting all over the place. They're spewing their fire. What is fire? Ego. Ego. Well, fire is many things, but it's ego as well. And what happens in that space? What does glass do? What does black obsidian do? Especially those of you that practice with black mirrors. Well, it reflects back to you, yourself, others, the energy that you're in, the energies that others are in. It can give you foresight, much like tea leaves, tarot, anything else. Guidance also came out. Notice how the illumination, the light that the black egg brings, the truth that shines through and through, but also reflects. Okay? The stingray. Complete alignment, truth. Okay? Growth. Not being able to sort of go backwards, right? When you are presented with things that you know have to change, you cannot unsee the things that you see, for the most part. You know, you can't unhear the things that you hear, again, for the most part. And when you are this sensitive, walking between worlds, spreading this much truth, living in this much truth, consistently growing and getting into alignment, there are things that will happen and pop off around you that it's like, well, I can't ignore that anymore. I can't ignore that anymore. Like, it's time for a change. It's time for a change. Either I cannot continue to associate with these people, or, you know, and for some of these things, I'm not even so sure if it's me that have outgrown some people. I'm questioning people. Like, are some of these people, I'm truly questioning, because I don't even get remotely the same energy that I got off of them at once. Like, not even the same. Like, I'm literally, I don't know what you've done or what portal you have opened, but I feel like, and I know because I've seen it. I've seen it. I thought at one point, like, it was a walk-in type of situation, but like a few weeks ago, I guess, like I actually saw the fucking things leached on. And unfortunately, there are some things that thrive off of parasitic energy. They don't understand because they don't care. It is a power thing, and they are happy being unhappy. So you would not be able to release some people from those tentacles. You can't, and you can, but they will continue to roll back up in it. Do you know what I'm saying? They will continue to strap back down in that energy, no matter what you do. So it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your energy, okay? It pulls from you unnecessarily. So, you know, these are the things that we see. These are the things that we accept. These are the things that will be presented to us as you grow. Truths that you cannot ignore, and changes that must be made. And the miserable speech and the miserable action and the inconsiderate behaviors, again, you have this reflection. And when I think of the swan, when I see the swan like this, I think of the story, The Ugly Duckling. Okay, turning into that beautiful swan and then reflecting that out into the world. And again, this light. And when you're a light, you're a light. When you're a mirror, you're a mirror. It doesn't judge. It's not particular. Okay, it's not prejudice. All right, lights attract shit. Sometimes that shit is beautiful. Sometimes that shit is not beautiful. Okay? Sometimes it's a predator. Sometimes it's just something pretty to look at. Okay? Light attracts everything. Everything. Mirrors reflect everything. If it is beauty, it will reflect beauty. If it is ugliness, sorrow, death, destruction, misery, that's what it will reflect. Mirrors and lights are not prejudice. And this is my energy. And this may be many of your energy too. And let me tell you, it's a fucking hard energy to be in. It is a hard energy to be in. Now, out of this feminine deck, okay, I pulled the Goddess of Never Not Broken. I didn't pull, I'm sorry. These popped out. And the Cosmic Egg. Another egg. Another egg. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. The Divine Feminine. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever-expanding love. Everything happens for my liberation. Everything. No matter how ugly or miserable or yucky it may seem at the time, and may very well be, not just seem. You know, it is what it is. Let's fucking, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. Doesn't seem like a duck, it's a duck. Okay? And when you have enough proof, I mean, when something is, it is what it is. But nothing happens for no reason. Everything happens for my liberation. Okay? Everything happens for my liberation. The Goddess of Never Not Broken. I choose to become only more love. In this space, okay, I could easily go left or go right or, you know, get sucked in or, you know, whatever. But I am choosing to be liberated and understand that there is a massive shift and a change that needs to happen in a very 3D sort of way. I am choosing to understand that my compassion and love needs to extend, though I don't want it to, far beyond. Because, see, here's the thing. This is what makes compassion so hard. Because nobody gives a fuck about you. I mean, you don't have to really be like super compassionate with compassionate, considerate people, because they're compassionate and considerate. Okay? So it's just kind of like effortless, and it's just like you want to do things or not do things out of respect, and you know what I'm saying? And it's just like super easy. The energy flows very well. But when you have inconsiderate and non-compassionate people, it's a lot harder to continue to love, to continue to be compassionate, to continue to not fucking like flip out, you know? And flip outs are never good. And here's another thing that I've learned throughout my life, okay? Because I do flip. Like, I'll take a lot of shit and I won't say nothing 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 and I'll eat it and I'll eat it and I'll eat it, you know, because you didn't ask me. And you're doing things on purpose, because I feel like at this point, there are things being done on purpose. There are things being said on purpose. There are levels and volumes of voices, like, on purpose. Like, you don't do that and not know. Maybe once, maybe twice, maybe 20 times, but not for fucking months and months and months. Like, there are things that are intentionally being done, okay? And I've been in this space before. I've been in this space before. And it's like when people do, like, and then this is what I'm saying. When you flip, when you finally fucking flip, when you go to throwing hands and throwing bottles and fucking just like ready to take on 4 people, knowing you about to get your ass whooped and don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. We'll take a knife and a board with me, baby, because we about to like just like I've had it. I've had your fucking disrespect. I've had it. Like, I've reached my fucking limit. Then you are the crazy one. Look at this crazy bitch. She just came out of her apartment. When all the while you've been sitting back like, and then when you flip, when people finally see you flip, oh, now you're the crazy? Now you're the crazy. Not today, Satan. Not today. I'm not going to be crazy today. You're not going to make me crazy, okay? You're not going to make me crazy. I'm going to go forward with a smile on my face, just like, and then these people, they will look at you in your face and smile right at you. Hey, girl. Hey. Isis came out of the other deck, which I think is even more interesting than what is already flown, what already flew out. The Magician. It's kind of how I see that tiger. Actually, all of these energies together even. But the tiger even just by itself. You know, it's interesting. In one of the decks that I have, I actually have, and I think it's the Queen of Wands. I'm not really sure. But she wears a black obsidian headdress, and she walks with the jaguar into her journey in the jungle. The jaguar is her protection, and she is a reflection of truth. I just find that interesting that would come out together like that. And I don't know why I'm seeing black obsidian, but it is in fact what I am seeing. So Isis, the magician, all right, she is everything, the mistress of magic. Her magic is the most ancient, as she guides us to learn the mysteries, all right, related to Mercury. What is Mercury? Communication. And we are in Gemini season. And so you have people that were already messy and gossipy being more of that, being influenced, and they don't even know, like they don't know. A lot of people don't know. Fuck, I don't know what influences me half the time. You know, I feel it, but I'm not like studied in astrology to know like the effects or whatever. You know, but I will feel it and then go read up on it, and it's always relevant. But we are in Gemini season where people are talking just to fucking talk, right? But when you already have a fucking habit of mess and talking just to talk, this type of energy just like, bleh. But what I immediately saw when I saw Isis was protection. Protection, because this symbol, the sun wing disc symbol thing, is a protection symbol. It is a protection symbol. So maybe my shield isn't strong enough. You know, I don't know though, because once you are so sensitive, like, and many of you are, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how strong your shield is. It really doesn't. You got eyes, you can see. You got ears, you can hear. You got, especially the more sensitive are, you can feel, you know? And that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes we have to just admit that it's time to switch up our space. It's time to switch up our environment, because we can't both rock here. We can't. We don't vibe. Our energies are already such a long video. I apologize, y'all, but it is what it is, okay? And then legends, choices, and potential. Learn from those who inspire you. And this is why I got up and I was like, I'm going to talk about this, because the ease that I was set at after, you know, what I was going through in my sleep, when he came in to call me and say what he said, that does inspire me. You don't know, it's not always like a celebrity or somebody big that inspires you. It could be your neighbor that inspires you, okay? It could be a child that inspires you. It can be someone that you know very well or someone that you've never met, okay? But learn from those who inspire you. And what I love about this man, one of the things I love so much about him, but one of the things that I truly admire is that he has the ability to just like I have never seen. like I have never seen. Just such a pure soul that has the ability to like literally this dude will walk off on you in like mid conversation. He does not give a fuck. If it is not vibing, if it is not setting well, this motherfucker will just get in his shit and drive away. I've seen him do it. He doesn't care. He's not gonna sit there and fucking deal with it. Like, and I admire that. I love that. And I think that's what I'm about to be doing. That's what I need to do. Like, I just walk on their ass, like turn around and but things bother me. It's like when you know, I need to learn how to like, you know, you know, and it's hard. It's harder than people think. It's like, but I can hear you. Choices. Make good choices. Make the best choices. Make the best choices. And right now, the best choice in my situation and a lot of your situation is to lead with love and compassion. Okay? So if that means switching up your own space, biting your tongue, because, and again, like, I don't aim to ruffle any feathers. I don't aim to cause trouble. I mind my business. When I am here in this living space, I try not to let my son bother people. I try not to let my dog bother people. I pick up after them. I stay in my hole. I don't stay outside and chitter chatter and make noise for people. I literally try my best to not be a nuisance to the people around me. I mean, and it's a conscious effort, you know what I'm saying? Because I know I have a child that's he's a handful. He really, really is. And you know, sometimes he gets out of hand and he throws fits and he screams, and I try to like get him in the house and calm him down really quick, especially with the people around here that talk shit. Like, you might want to watch out talking, because there are still some things that like I just can't help. I just can't help. Like when you start talking about my baby, I black out. I black out. Mama bear has many faces and many animal totems. Woo! So I try very, very hard to stay in my hole so that no one has to deal, you know. And I try to make good choices, y'all. I really, really do. Potential. Think big for your future. The decision that we make today can affect us, and often does affect us for the rest of our lives, whether it's on a teeny tiny level or a large scale. Okay? So the decisions and the choices that we are making today, all right, and the people that we look up to and choose to be around, the things that we choose to allow to inspire us or discourage us, absolutely affects our future. Because what is the future? It is only a series of now moments. Okay, the future is now. Whatever you are doing or saying or choosing to put forward at this current moment, 100% affects the next second and the one after that, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we always have to be thinking, yes, it's important to be fully present and living in the moment, but we also always need to be thinking about the choices, decisions, surroundings, okay, that can, do, and will continue to affect us, especially if you are surrounded by a bunch of unconscious, ill-mannered, ill-spoken, belligerent people. This could be in your living space. This could be at work. This could be, if you take the subway every day to work, you're going to be surrounded by uglies. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about inside. When those people are like that, it's like you have to pull that extra out of you, okay? You've got to pull that extra to be extra considerate, extra compassionate, extra aware, extra cautious, okay? It's like when you're on the road, like if you're driving down the road and everyone around you is either a new driver or drunk, right? You've got to take extra. You don't just watch the road and stay in your lane. You've got to be paying attention to everyone else so you don't get rear-ended, sideswiped, clipped, Okay? It's like that. You got to be extra, extra. You got to pull that extraness. Extraness. Yeah, we just made a fucking word. All that extraness out to the forefront. Okay? Guidance. Candle, illumination, and smoke. Prayers. Okay. We pray and ask for guidance because things are going to continue to be illuminated around us. And the more you stand in this energy, the more you grow in this energy, the more you reflect, the more you walk, the more empathetic and sensitive you already are, and the more that you become, the more you will need to surround yourself with your own tribe, with your own people. And this is happening. I talked about this. If you've gotten a personal reading from me, very recently, it is a large chance that you are in some way either already reuniting with your tribe or on the verge of reuniting with your tribe. And this, you kind of just have to go be around your people. You know what I mean? Like, it's no one's fault. Everyone has a place, even, maggots tend to be in rotted things with other maggots. Okay? Leeches tend to kind of all be in the same place. All right? Birds all, you know what I mean? Like, birds stay in the sky. It's just like, it's nothing personal, and everyone has their space, and we need it all. Don't get me wrong. It's just that we can't all thrive and survive in the same environment. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. And it's no I want to say no shade, but I feel like too much shade has been thrown. Well, I know, because I dreamt it, I listened to it, I see it, I hear it. It's like fucking around me every goddamn day. Woo! Anyway, but like, it's like, it is what it is. You be you, I be me. We just can't be us in the same space because we're clashing. And some of you are actually dealing with this inside of your living space. Like, at least I can be in my living space and may have to deal with outside forces, but at least it's like semi-safe inside, actually inside. At least it feels, it really doesn't, but anyway. Some of you are actually sharing a space where you can't get away from this person. Do you know what I'm saying? Or these people or these groups. Some of you are involved in things that it's going to take ripping your entire life up to get away from this. And it's unfortunate, but it's kind of like, do you want to do it, or do you want the universe? Because I've been in situations like this before where I didn't listen and I didn't move when I knew I was supposed to move. And nothing good ever came of it. Ever, 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 ever. Okay? In fact, once I got an attempted murder charge, and once I got a fucking second-degree felony behind marijuana. Like, how does that even fucking happen? Okay? I'm not finna... When it's time to go, it's time to go. Alright? And it's time to go. I love you all so much. Y'all have an amazing day. Have an amazing weekend. Move around, get to nature, get around people that you vibe with, get around people that are light like you. Okay? Get around people because truth is going to be truth, reflection is going to be reflection. It is what it is. And so get around people that reflect the beauty, okay? And that you can reflect the beauty in and with. I'll see y'all next time.